Shalom, Yashrala. This your brother Dawada, coming back at you with this here truth again. First and foremost, I want to give all praise unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Rakakodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone that taught us this truth and that rule well. And salutation and much love for you, Aki, and pushing this truth and sincerity on the four corners of the earth and enduring afflictions to feed and edify the elect. So I want to jump into this here topic, which was inspired, basically of from one of the subscribers, But nevertheless, this isn't an attack on the subscriber himself, but nevertheless for edification unto the body, because as we want, spiritually discerning and measuring the time diligently, we know that we at the end all be all, the time is winding down, salvation is nearer than what we believe, but nevertheless, and I'm saying that, in like the most literal sense ever, it's just not like, like how when they said that back in those days, every day, let's just say from the day Yahushua was crucified, right? Well, the day after that, they was actually, they was closer to salvation. The day after that, it was a day closer. But that's in one sense. But now, as we see these end time prophecies are coming to pass, hey man, we can measure the time diligently. We know that salvation is right around the corner because why? Mark of the beast is being pushed. You know what I'm saying? Jacob's trouble is being stirred up. The uprisings amongst all these peoples, so on and so forth. So we know that the end all be all is coming right around the corner. With that, with that, with that being said, you want to make sure that you make your call and election sure. You don't want to get to the end of the game. There's a saying, I don't know how it actually goes, but there's like a saying that's pretty much like this. At the end of the game, or at the end of the race, you don't want to finish a race and still have some energy left. You don't want to finish the game or whatever whatnot and still have a little bit more you could have gave. You want to give it your all and give everything. At the end of the game, you're like, man, I had, in a foot race or whatever, I had more energy or whatever. If I would have just used up the rest of that energy, I probably could have placed a little higher or whatever, whatnot, or if you were in first place, hey, I would have got a better time. If I was holding back because I was in first place, nah, push all the way through, man, or in any kind of scenario, you want to go ahead and, you don't want to, how do I say, you playing in a basketball game, for instance, right? You want to leave everything that you brought to the game right there at the game. You don't want to leave the game with a little bit more energy left. Like I could have won a whole nother, or in a boxing match, I could have won a whole another 12 rounds. Now you want to give it your all in this allotted amount of time, man. In boxing, you only got these 12 rounds, man. Give it your all in these 12 rounds. Don't be like at the end of the 12 rounds, like I can go a whole another 12, You want to give it your all right here and right now, So you don't want to have to be at the end all be all, having any regrets, getting on, when it's time for salvation or whatever, whatnot, like, man, I could have did this or I could have did that or whatever, whatnot. And ultimately, if uh, um, that you got that in the back of your mind or whatever, whatnot, knowing, if that's a conviction inside of you already know that you should be doing something, and not everybody's going to have the same lot. We all not going to all be teachers, not everybody that come across this truth, it's not going to all be teachers, but nevertheless, they we'll grab all these in the scriptures, but nevertheless, we're many members, but one body. There's a time and a place and a position for every member of this here body. Just like your natural body that you in now. You got your hair follicles. And fuck it, just the hair. The hair on top of your head is different. It serves a different purpose than the hair that's on your eyelids. Your eyelashes, your eyebrows. These, the hair has different purposes. But it's all working together for that one body. So whether you have a big job or a small job, whatever it may be, hey man, do your play your role, man. Whatever role that the Most High put inside of you to do, play that role, man. And again, not everybody's gonna be a teacher. You're gonna have some brothers that's doing this or doing that. Some brothers just being helpmeet. Hey, find out what your role is and play that role to the best of your ability. And leave nothing you know, leave the game with nothing, more or less to say, giving the analogy, you don't want to leave the game and still got some more energy left. You want to use it all up here and there, do your best while in the time allotted. You got these 12 rounds to box it out. Give it your all in them 12 rounds, man. There ain't going to be no other rounds after this. So what's the point of saving some energy for after that? But nevertheless, we're going to start here in the book of Matthew, chapter 25. Matter of fact, I think I'm going to read this whole chapter. When, well, Slocky, give me 1 second. I mean, I could really read this whole chapter and just break it all down with this, but nevertheless, I'm gonna read a little bit in this chapter, and I'm gonna go and grab some other precepts. But literally, this whole Matthew 25, is going right on into this here topic, man. There's multiple examples in this here topic, or in this here chapter. Matthew 25:1. Then shall the kingdom of heaven be likened unto 10 virgins, which took their lamps and went forth to meet the bridegroom. And 5 of them were wise, and 5 were foolish. So they already give you the breakdown. There's a separation between the wise and the foolish ones, right? They that were foolish took their lamps and took no oil with them, but the wise took oil in their vessels with their lamps. While the bridegroom tarried, they all slumbered and slept. And at midnight there was a cry made, Behold, the bridegroom cometh, go ye out to meet him. Then all those virgins arose and trimmed their lamps. And the foolish said unto the wise, Give us of your oil, for our lamps are gone out. But the wise answered, saying, Not so, lest there not be enough for us and you, but go ye rather to them that sell and buy for yourselves, And really, verse 9 is really, it's in a sense of like, look, bro, it's like, let me think of a scenario like we had the so-called pre-order something or whatever, whatnot. There's a limited edition on this, and that, and you think that you finna go wait in line at the store and go get, some new shoes is coming out, right? You can pre-order the shoes to make sure you got a copy or a pair of these shoes, right? But you're gonna try your luck going to the store and waiting in line, and then at that you done got up at real late, It's like, well, shit, the dating came, the shoes got released, and then they found out that, oh, look, everything that was on pre-order, that was the whole shipment. Everything is sold out from the pre-order alone. You'd have found that out. You got that notification on your phone. Now you decide to get up. It's like, all right, you might as well go down to the store now, see if you can go get them from the store. Like, well, it ain't nothing in the store, man. That's basically saying, go to the store and go get yours. You should have pre-ordered yours. You might as well go. You might want to go check the Foot Locker, bro. Knowing good and damn well it ain't no shoes in the damn Foot Locker, bro, because these shoes only came out. You had to pre-order them all, and all the ones that was pre-ordered, that was the whole order. Same way in this here truth, man. All right. You getting this here wisdom, knowledge, and understanding or whatever, whatnot. But then at the same time, you have to do some work, man. All right. And you don't want to, as especially now, we winding down to the end all be all of all these things, man. You so-called building yourself up and trying to get this and get that or whatever, whatnot, and before you know it, the Lord has came back, So, I'll probably go to the other precept further down, where they talk about this as well too. But nevertheless, you don't want to be caught in a situation where, you thinking like, well, I don't know every single thing or whatever, whatnot. So I'm gonna wait until I get all the breakdowns of everything and know everything before I go out and start preaching and teaching. You have, first and foremost, this is a show of faith. All right. That's where the Lord is ultimately looking at. He's not looking at how great of an orator or speaker you are, how deep you are with your breakdowns or whatever, whatnot. Well, really, it's only one breakdown, but how deep you are when you're going into the breakdowns or whatever, whatnot. No, the Lord's not looking at that. The Lord is looking at your heart and the faith that you have and what you're stepping out with, So, for instance, you found out, Deuteronomy 28:68, right? And you could break that down, first and foremost, hey, in whatever capacity that you have, go out and teach that. You know what I'm saying? And I put it this way, you know what I'm saying? Using that as an analogy, because obviously you don't want to be going out there unseasoned, trying to be a teacher. This is where the mistake with a lot of these other camps go. They hear a video or two and pick up whatever they can, and they immediately go run out there and start teaching, but they didn't eat the whole roll. They picked here and there and just ran with it. You do want to get your foundation built up or whatever, whatnot. But nevertheless, you know what I'm saying? There are certain things, like, for instance, like I was using that analogy, you found out this one scripture. Hey, go out there and flip that one scripture. Or, in a sense, you done came across these videos, right? You know what I mean? And you watch it on YouTube. Set up a YouTube channel, man. You know what I'm saying? Download our videos. There's different programs where you can go in and download our videos and re-upload them, man. We're not going to hit you with no damn strikes. We're not that type. We're not like these other people like, oh, you stealing our content or whatever, whatnot. No, we don't give a damn about that. You know what I'm saying? And plus, the brothers already know that people are taking our videos, man. We have scenarios like, for instance, give me a second. Okay, this is the YouTube Studio app, right? So, let me find what I'm looking for here. Right here. So this is how people are coming across my videos, right? Now, I don't have social media. No, like, this is the only social media I have is the YouTube, right? So I don't have Facebook, none of this shit, right? Twitter, Instagram. I've never had a Twitter or Instagram, and I was off of Facebook like when MySpace was still around. You know what I'm saying? That's how long ago it's been since I've been on Facebook, right? So we're gonna go through this, right? And I only upload here on YouTube, right? Now we also have 2 camp channels, right? That also take my videos and put them up. You know, all the brothers in the camp take our videos and put them up on our main camp channels, right? So that's just one source that, you know, obviously I know about those videos going up, but nevertheless, this is what this here app shows, right? So my traffic source, right? Let's click on this, right? So 45% of my videos are coming from people just browsing through. All right, 17% of people getting notifications, suggested videos, 11% channel pages, non-YouTube searches. You know, people searching up things, 6.4, other YouTube features, playlists, so on and so forth, or external, 0.6. These are the things that I want to show you about, right? The external things, external, 0.6%, right? Well, let me go back because this is the last 28 days, but really, you know, the numbers kind of change a little bit when you go to a lifetime. So top external sources, right? Let me see, it might actually get shorter, but okay, here we go, right? So Google searches 16.8%, right? So people just searching Google, and 9 times out of 10 it'll link them back to YouTube, right? And Google is the #1 search engine, YouTube is the #2 search engine, right? And they are both owned by the same people, but nevertheless, the #2 place where the majority of my views come from is off of Facebook. Like I told you, I ain't had a Facebook since MySpace was around, like the original MySpace. You know what I'm saying? This is way back then. You know what I mean? But nevertheless, 13.1% of my videos, all right, are from the external sources, not people on YouTube, right? So 13.1% of my views are coming from externally, are coming off of Facebook. I don't upload on Facebook. So I know for a fact that somebody's taking my videos and sharing them on Facebook, and people are viewing them on Facebook, right? So this is a way that you can, you know, if you know, you may not be in a position to teach and edify or whatever, whatnot. You may have a big following on YouTube or whatever, or on Facebook, Instagram, and these different things like this and that, you know. And ultimately, we don't really advocate for pushing on these sites, but hey, the word going out, you know what I'm saying? Like Yahweh shall say, hey, man, if they for us, you know, if they preaching the same name and the doctrine, hey, don't bother them. Let them just go on, go out. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? If you taking, you know, because we talk about these Facebook prophets and things like that, you know, obviously, you know, brothers talk about this, how apparently on Facebook and Twitter and stuff like that, you have people posting up scriptures or whatever, whatnot, you know, which, like, that's not really edifying nobody. You're not really going into nothing, breaking nothing down. You know, it's nothing like how we do these videos where we show you the scriptures, we break them all down, we go into words or whatever, whatnot. We're not just going on the Facebook on a status bar posting one scripture, trying to look all holier than thou. No, that ain't what's going on. But obviously here you have people that's taking these videos and uploading the whole, you know, sharing the whole videos on YouTube, right? The same thing. So the same bread is being, you know, they taking the food, you know, the food's so good over here, I'm gonna take a little bit, I'm gonna buy a little extra, and I'm gonna sell a little bit on the side over here, you know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna let the people know this is where I'm getting the food from. So it's not that I'm stealing your shit or whatever, whatnot, but hey, I'm bringing you more clients, you know what I'm saying? They didn't eat this here good burger, you know what I'm saying? This burger was good as fuck that they was eating, but they didn't pick it up at your normal restaurant. I didn't bought me some extra ones, and I done set up me a little stand over here, and I'm selling them over here, and I'm directing people back to the store. Hey, try this shit out, bro. This is some good shit, you know? But nevertheless, Samsung messaging, you know, I don't have a Samsung phone. That's the third #1 thing. Somebody taking these videos and they send them through text messages, right? Android messaging, right? Gmail. People are emailing my videos, you know, back and forth to different people, you know. And I'm not saying this to brag or boast or nothing like that. I'm saying this to the fact that this is proof, all right, of other people that's may not be teachers. Obviously, they're not teachers or whatever, whatnot, got their own things, but they're sharing this here message, helping further this here word, because obviously is, hey, I'm only uploading my videos to one source, the YouTube, right? People are also taking that and spreading it somewhere else. You see what I'm saying? So this word is going even further than just on the YouTube, all right? So these are also help meets. They're helping out the prophets, right? Gmail, Samsung, Android email, Samsung email, Android messaging, Google, Chrome apps, Bing. I don't know why there's YouTube up there. Facebook Messenger. Again, I don't got Facebook nor Facebook Messenger, right? People are sending this through their Facebook, man. All right. Android Creator Studio, and I don't even know how to use this through Creator Studio to share videos. DuckDuckGo. I don't even know what the hell that's about. You know what I'm saying? OriginalNativeAmerican.com. I'll have to check out that website. I ain't never the first time I ever heard about it, right? Now, at the very bottom, 31% of these external sources are coming from complete other places, right? That we don't even notice on here, right? So, showing that to say this, let me think. I think Yeah, that was it there. But nevertheless, like I said, hey, you can find out, take whatever. Let me read the scripture on it, and then I'll go back to go into that because, like I said, it's gonna break it down in here. Um, Going back to verse 9, but the wise answer, saying, not so, lest there not be enough for us and for you, but go ye rather to them that sell and buy for yourselves. And while they went to buy, the bridegroom came, and they that were ready went in with him to the marriage, and the door was shut. Going talking about, hey, get this while you can, don't wait too late, or like being these five unwise virgins, instead of going to go get the oil, what was they doing? They was too busy being preoccupied with something other than this, oh, we gonna party and get drunk tonight, what I'm saying? Think of it as in a carnal sense, right? Use an example, you need to do something, right? For instance, okay, put it this way, it's at the end of the night, you need to fix your lunch for work tomorrow, right? But then you decide, you know what, I'm gonna go hang out with my homies, we're gonna start drinking a little early, whatever, whatnot. Now you all extra fucked up, you know what I'm saying? You all tired, you just stumbling into your bedroom, falling all off in the bed, You done woke up a little late for work the next morning, you know what I'm saying? You running trying to scramble to get to work on time. You ain't even got enough time to fix your lunch. So guess what? You're gonna get to work, you're gonna starve, man. Fix your lunch now in the morning, Now it's time to get up to go to work. Now, what they saying here in verse 10, go ahead and go fix your lunch now. You ain't got time to fix your lunch now. You're going to be late for work. You know what I'm saying? So you might as well be just going out the door and you're going to be without, Verse 11. And afterward came also the other virgin saying, Lord, Lord, open unto us. But he answered and said, verily I say unto you, I know you not. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, yo, man. Again, the analogy I just gave about the sandwich, you know what I'm saying? You decided to go out and go get drunk the night before, not actually prepare for the next day. You know what I'm saying? Now you running out, you woke up late, you don't got your lunch. You decide either that you're going to go and fix your lunch because you're already late and you're going to get to work. Now you done got fired at work, man. They're like, all right, I'm here to, clock in or whatever. No, it's too late to clock in now. Your shift started 30 minutes ago, bro. You can't make it here on time. You don't need to be working here. So you can go ahead and go home. So now you done went back for this damn sandwich. You woke up late because you went to party last night. Spend some money on alcohol, you know what I'm saying? You done woke up late, you didn't fix your sandwich. Now all of a sudden you done made it to work all extra late. They done fired you. What good is that goddamn sandwich now? You know what I'm saying? You done got the sandwich. You made your sandwich. You made sure you got your sandwich to get to work. But now you ain't got no job to fucking eat this. And you spend all your day at home now eating the damn sandwiches. There's no point now, right? Verse 13, watch therefore, for you know neither the day nor the hour when the Son of Man cometh. Verse 14, for the kingdom of heaven is as a man traveling into a far country, who calleth his own servants and delivered unto him his goods. And unto one he gave 5 talents, to the other 2, to another 1, to every man according to his several ability, and straightway took his journey. So like I was just going into, I kind of gave this breakdown already, but nevertheless, first and foremost, the Most High is going to give you what you can handle according to your measure, man. We all not going to have the same measure. You know what I'm saying? Like if you really look and break down, the brothers that's in whatever camp, any different camp. These brothers are not necessarily, not to say all on the same level like that, but necessarily each brother's going to have his like little specialty, whether this brother may be heavy into prophecy breakdowns, he real deep into that. This brother may be real deep into the Hebrew. This brother may be real deep into building brothers up, brotherly love, and so on and so forth. This is how we get tight knit as a unit, And as a prime example, I can see that in our camp, Brothers be like, oh man, I learned this from you. You taught me this. And I'm like, well, shit, I learned that from you. You know what I'm saying? Oh, what's that precept again? You always be bringing this precept out. Let me write this here down. I remember getting this here precept from you, man. We always saying these things, because why? Not one of us has this whole 100% complete. You know what I'm saying? We need one another. We many members, but one body, So the Lord's going to give you that what is first and foremost what's in your lot to have, whether it be to prophesy. We all going to prophesy, but, whether it be to go deep into the prophecies or whether it be teaching the Hebrew or whatever, whatnot, you know what I'm saying? Some brothers going to be a lot stronger in certain things than other things, So, every man's going to get whatever he can bear, Verse 16, then he that had received 5 talents went and traded with the same and made them other 5 talents. And likewise, he that received 2, he also gained other 2. And he that had received 1 went and digged in the earth and hid his Lord's money. After a long time, the Lord of those servants cometh and reckoned with them. And so he that had received 5 talents came and brought other 5 talents, saying, Lord, thou hast delivered unto me 5 talents. Behold, I have gained besides them 5 talents more. So, you know, hey, for Jake, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, carnally speaking, you know, for Jake to be able to understand this, hey, man, you're supposed to be doubling up, man. You're supposed to be flipping this. You know what I'm saying? You're not supposed to, look, man, I gave you $10 and you come back with the same $10, bro. You know what I'm saying? You're supposed to turn that 10 into a 20, bro. Whatever you buy, you know, Jake know about this with hustling. Whatever you hustling, you're supposed to buy it for the low and sell it for the high, man. You know, we're not selling this here truth, but for instance, you know what I'm saying? If Jake gonna go and buy some cars and go fix them up, you're not gonna go hypothetically buy a car for $100 and fix the car up and sell it for $100. You doing this for a profit, you know, to gain extra. You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna go buy a car for $100 and sell it for $100. You know, you wasting your time, man. You could have just left that shit alone, man. You know what I'm saying? But nevertheless, whatever you are giving, you need to go ahead and flip that. You know, whether it's a lot or whether it's a little. You know, so hey, you could be giving a whole lot. Hey, you need to be going out there doing a whole lot of work. You know, continuing on, it says, verse 21. His Lord said unto him, well done, thou good and faithful servant. Thou hast been faithful over few things. I will make you ruler over many things. Enter thou into the joy of thy Lord. Verse 22. All right. And hey, because he wanted to flip him with that which he had, the Lord was, how do I say? The Lord rewarded him, you know? Oh, bro, I gave you this $10 to invest and you brought me back some money. Hey, who gonna go to an investor and invest some money, man? Right? You're not gonna put no money into the stock market. You're not gonna go buy a stock for $10, all right, and not expect to, when you sell the stock, to not, you know, to receive another $10, man. That was just a waste of time, man. You left your $10 in the stock market the whole time just to get it right back out as $10. For all that, you could have just sat the shit in the bank. You know, put it in under your bed mattress, you know, because when you go back under the bed mattress, that same $10 is gonna be there, you know. The point of putting money in the stock market is to have that money work for you to gain an increase, all right, to make a profit, all right. This is the reason that that Yahushua, you know, the Most High through Yahushua, you know, that Yahushua started investing into us, all right. The investment he made was into us. He gave us this breakdown, these breakdowns, this here truth, the understanding of these things, so that he, you know, we were the investment. All right, I'm gonna take this here truth. Revelation chapter 5, he was worthy to let me grab it, man. This is gonna be a little lengthy one, but nevertheless, Revelation 5. Let me just get to the point, because going back to the book of Daniel, right? The books, these breakdowns was all sealed, right? Nobody was worthy enough to open the books. You know, no man on no man on the earth, under the earth, or no, you know, you can read from the top on down, you know what I'm saying? Nobody was able to open this book, you know, the Bible, you know, meaning get the breakdowns to these here scriptures. You know, everybody was able to buy a Bible and open it up, but nobody was able to get the breakdown, right? So this is verse 5, Revelation 5:5. And one of the elders said unto me, weep not, behold, the Lion of the tribe of Judah, the root of David, which is Yahushua, have prevailed to open the book and to loose the 7 seals thereof. So Yahushua was the only one worthy enough to get the breakdowns to these scriptures, and let's see what he did to it. With it. This is Revelation 14:1. And I looked, and lo, a lamb, which is Yahushua, stood on the Mount of Zion, and with him 144,000, having the Father's name written in their forehead. So Yahushua gave this, let me go to verse 4. Verse 3. And they sang as it were a new song before the throne and before the 4 beasts and the elders, and no man could learn that song. Going back to Revelation 5, nobody was able to open the book except for Yahushua. Yahushua gave this to the 144,000. It says that no man could learn that song but the 144,000 which were redeemed from the earth. All right, so if you was given this here truth, all right, Yahushua was the only one worthy enough to get these here breakdowns, to get this here money. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna give it to you in an economic sense, right? Yahushua was the only one that was able enough to have the approved credit to get this here loan, right? Yahushua got this here $100,000 loan, whatever, whatnot, you know, because his credit was good enough to get it, right? He didn't got the damn money, and he brought it back to his homies, all right? I'm going to take this here 100,000, right? It's 10 of y'all. I'm going to give each of y'all 10 bands, you know what I'm saying? I need each of y'all to go take this here 10 bands and go flip this shit so we can go pay this here. I need each of y'all to turn this 10 into a 20. And once y'all do that, once you turn your 10 into a 20, we can take the original 100,000, pay the loan back, and then we'll be left over with another 100,000. Take that 100,000, we're going to go right back to the streets, and we're going to flip that shit, and we're going to come up. And that's how we going to eat. You know what I'm saying? That's basically, you know, we got to talk how Jake know. You know what I'm saying? You got to flip it and make that shit work for you. You know what I'm saying? This is basically what Yahushua is saying. So he made that investment into the 144,000, which is the elect, right? He gave them the breakdowns and so on and so forth, right? Let me grab one more precept off of that. Amos chapter, what is it? 3 and 7 or 7 and 3? So this is Amos 3:7. Surely Yahweh power will do nothing but revealeth his secrets unto his servants the prophets. So this is a secret, right? This is that high commodity investment, man. All right. Now Yahweh invested into his servants, which is the 144,000, the elect. So if you understand this here word, man, you was invested in, man. All right. We was in Matthew 25. So going back, this is Matthew 25:21 again. His Lord said unto him, well done, thou good and faithful servant. Thou hast been faithful over a few things. I will make thee ruler over many things. Enter thou into the joy of thy Lord. Going back into this here investment. So Yahushua invested into these people, into his men, the 144,000. All right. So he gave some, we giving this here analogy that they gave, he gave some a lot, some a little bit, you know what I'm saying, in the middle, whatever, whatnot. But he intended for you to flip that, whether he gave you 10 bands, he wanted you to sit there and flip that 10 into a 20. Or if he gave you 100 bands, he wanted you to turn that 100 into 200. You know what I'm saying? If he gave you $1 million, he wanted you to turn that million into 1.5 or 2 million. You know what I'm saying? However much he gave you, he want a profit out of it. Just like you see these investors, whether they investing into your 401k, you know what I'm saying? You're going to invest this $100 that you get out of your paycheck every once in a while, or versus you're Bill Gates and you trying to invest $100 million. You know what I'm saying? It's the same principle, man. You invest in this here money, no matter how much it is, for a profit, for a gain. All right. So for time's sake, we're gonna skip the one that talks about the 2 talents, because basically the one that did the 2 talents, he flipped the same thing, but the difference there is one was given 5 and one was given 2. They were both good servants, even though one was given more than the other one, they was both good servants because they both flipped their shit for a profit. They both came back with something, right? So let me just read verse 22. And he that had received the 2 talents came and said, Lord, thou deliverest unto me 2 talents. Behold, I gained 2 other talents besides them. His Lord said unto him, well done, good and faithful servant. Thou hast been faithful over a few things. I will make thee ruler over many things. Enter thou into the joy of the Lord, thy Lord. Verse 24. Then he which had received 1 talent came and said, Lord, I knew thee that thou art a hard man, reaping where thou hast not sown and gathering where thou hast not strawed. Right? And I was afraid and went and hid thy talent in the earth. Lo, there thou hast that is thine. So so let me just keep reading on down. So verse 26, his Lord answered and said unto him, thou wicked and slothful servant, thou knewest that I reap where I sowed not and gather where I have not strawed. Thou oughtst therefore have put my money to the exchangers, then at my coming would I have received mine own with usury. So even Yahushua is talking about putting his money into the stock market. He's like, well, shit. The whole point of putting the money in the stock market is to get to gain a profit, man. So it's again, I'll give you the street analogy that Jake know. You know what I'm saying? Jake then came up on 100 bands, right? Now Jake can either go and do, not to say legal versus illegal, but you can go do the so-called white people thing and go invest your money into the stock market, or you can take your 100 bands and invest it into your homies. Some of your homies got some little skills and traits or whatever, whatnot. One of your homies can rap. He just needs some studio time or whatever, whatnot. You can invest into his career to flip and make some more money, right? This is an analogy. You got another Jake that's another homie that, is a mechanic or whatever, whatnot, but he just need, some startup money or whatever, whatnot. You invest into him. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yo, man, either way, I'm investing my money to make a profit, man. I don't want to just take my 100 bands and put it up under my mattress, because them same 100 bands in 10 years is still going to be that same 100 bands, but nevertheless, had I would have gave it to Tron and them up the block, you know what I'm saying, for their rap career, at least their rap career could have took off and it could have blew. You know what I'm saying? I could have gave it 10 bands to 10 of my homies and they could have, try to flip that shit and make it work. Or I could have not did that and I could have took my money and put that bitch into the stock market, right? Even with the stock market, I would have at least gained some interest on my money, So basically, you know what I'm saying? You don't want to, and like he said, look, man, I knew you was a austere man or whatever, whatnot. So I was afraid, basically, you know what I'm saying, I was going to take this here talent and lose it, I wanted to make sure I could give you back that which I gave you, and this also goes to those that the Lord gave you this here truth, you know what I'm saying, and because I knew somebody like this in the world, which somebody I used to work with, that came across this here truth, but he was more You know, his thing was, oh, we don't have to go on the highways and the byways. We don't have to be in these camps or whatever, whatnot. We need to just focus on building ourselves up and teaching those in our household, you know. But how is everybody else going to get this here truth, man? How did you get this truth, man? You didn't get this here truth in your own household. You know what I'm saying? So you just basically trying to hide your talent, man. You just pretty much just sitting on it, you know, putting it up under the mattress. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, again, you put your money under the mattress. 10 years later, that same 100 bands is under the same, you know, you still got the same 100 bands because you just put it under the mattress. It ain't go nowhere, right? Same way as if you're trying to teach, you know, you're just trying to build yourself up and you're just trying to build up those in your household. Well, how is that really flourishing? Because the truth ain't leaving out of your household. It's not spreading throughout the four corners of the earth. That's how this gospel is going to be preaching to all four corners of the earth, then the end's going to come. Not by just preaching inside your house. So you can't be hiding your talent like that, or just trying to so-called amass all this here information and saying, look, I'm going to wait until I get 100% of every damn thing and know all the deep breakdowns and so on and so forth. You know what I'm saying? Before I go out and preach and teach. No, man, because every day in this here thing is a learning, you learning, you getting built up or whatever, whatnot, you know? So you constantly growing in this here thing, man. You got to step out on faith. You know, you're not going to have all the deep understandings of this and that, so on and so forth. You know what I'm saying? But as you grow in this here truth, you know what I'm saying, you get further edified and built up, you know, but you got to take that first step in faith, you know? Verse 28, take the talent from him and give it unto him that which have 10 talents, you know? So again, so you want to take this here truth, you know what I'm saying, and harbor it just for those of your household, you know, your kids and your wife or whatever, whatnot. It'd be better if you take that whole knowledge away from that person, because that truth ain't going to leave the foundations of your house. It's just going to stay between you, your wife, and your kids. You know, you're not on the highways and the byways putting up no videos or whatever, whatnot. That's not going to really, that seed plant is not going to really grow nowhere, you know, because you got it all cut off in just one little section. You know, you need the minerals, the vitamins, the water, and the soil for it to grow, man. But you cut everything off from it, it's not going to really grow. All right, so take their knowledge, all right, and give it to somebody that's more profitable than you, you know? And you don't want this to happen. You don't want the Lord to take this here truth away from you because you ain't doing nothing with it, man. All right, again, the Lord then invested some money into you. He gave you 100 bands, man. You know what I'm saying? 100 racks. And you're not supposed to take this here money and put it up under your damn mattress, man. All right, because when the Lord come back, you're going to have that same 100 bands. He didn't tell you to hold the money and make sure you don't spend the money. He said, nah, take this and flip the shit, man. I'm about to go, you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying he getting locked up, but hey, man, I'm about to go do this here little 5-year bid or whatever, whatnot, but I need to take this here money and flip it and make it keep working so when I get out, we still be on. You know what I'm saying? Hey, if y'all know about the situation in the world, you know, with Gucci Man and his old lady, man. Gucci Man went to jail. And he said he gave his old lady some money, like $1 million, a couple $1,000,000. It might have been like $1 million. She came back with $3 million, right? That's what the Lord is asking about, man. Hey, flip this shit, man. You're not supposed, I didn't give you this $1 million while I went to jail. And when I get back out, you gave me the same $1 million. For all that, my shit was safe in the fucking savings account, man. It wasn't gaining nothing in there anyway. So when you know, that same $1 million I would have left in the bank would have still been there. I gave you this money to you know what I'm saying, go do custom deals here and there, make this and that work out. So when I get out, we would have a little bit more money, you know? But continuing on, verse 29, for everyone that have shall be given, and he shall have abundance. But from him that have not shall be taken away even that which he hath, you know? So the Lord gave you this here truth, all right? And you're not out there planting these here seeds and gaining no fruit, then the Lord's going to take them seeds away from you. You know, you're supposed to be taking these here seeds and throwing them out into the field for the seeds to take root, man. All right, but you taking these here seeds, you don't want to be taking these here seeds and putting them in a jar and putting them inside the house, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what, I'm going to save these seeds because one day I'm going to need to plant these bad boys. Nah, you take them seeds and start throwing them out everywhere, man. Throw them seeds out. The Lord going to bring that increase, man. All right? Verse 30, and cast ye the unprofitable servant into outer darkness. There shall be weeping and gnashing of teeth. Why? Why is there going to be weeping and gnashing of teeth, man? Because look, there's going to be some people that's going to wake up to everlasting shame in a sense of, man, I knew this here truth, but I just, you know, I waited too late, man. I waited too late to do, hey, especially with the YouTube shutting down, man. You know what I'm saying? You don't want this, hey, they gave us the dates, man, December 10th. You know, the first, well, we already got hit with the first wave. The second wave is December 10th. And the third wave is January 1st, man. So you don't want, you know what I'm saying, this January 1st to come around. They didn't took us off completely off the YouTube and stopped us from uploading this type of information on the YouTube, which is the main channel where this here truth is going out at. You don't want to wait till that time for them to shut this here thing down for you to be like, oh, let me start putting up videos now. Well, it's too late. These videos, you know, it's the famine of the word now. The Lord didn't close that door, man. The ark is closed now. It's too late to try to hear Noah's story, man. He was out there for 120 years preaching. You know, you walk by him, so you got used to him being out there, you know what I'm saying? You got comfortable. You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh, I'll go get the message tomorrow. I'll get the message tomorrow. You know, I got to go do this and that today. you know. But then when the Lord closed the door, the rain started coming. Now they want to go knock on the door. It's too late now. You know, you should have been 120 years, homie was out there, man. We had plenty and ample time, you know, to put these here videos up, man, and go out there and preach, get built up, and so on and so forth, you know. It says, let me see. For time's sake, I'm not gonna read this, but this is also good too, you know, because hey, Yahushua ultimately gonna say, "What have you done for me?" Now, when it's time for salvation, the question is gonna be asked first and foremost: Are you an Israelite? And out of the Israelites, what have you done for me? All right, because ultimately the 2/3 they're gonna reject the Lord, right? They've already rejected the Lord, and the 1/3, the elect, 144,000, they're gonna take heed to that calling. All right, they're gonna make their calling and election sure. All right, so it says, let me see, let me just get to the point. Uh, Oh, here it is, 41. Matthew 25 and 41. then then shall he say unto them that are on the left hand, all right, now you can read up above this, you know what I'm saying, to get the full, you know, a little more in depth, you know what I'm saying, understanding on this, but for the time's sake, I'm gonna just read, you know, the other half of it. Matthew 25 and 41. Then shall he say to them on the left hand, depart from me, ye cursed, into everlasting fire, prepared for the devil and his angels. For I was hungered, and you gave me no meat, and I was thirsty, and you gave me no drink. I was a stranger and you took me not in, naked and you clothed me not, sick and in prison and you visited me not. Then shall they also answer him and saying, Lord, when saw we thee a hungered or a thirst or a stranger or naked or sick or in prison and did not minister unto thee? Verse 45, then shall he answer them saying, verily I say unto you, as much as you did not to one of the least of these, you did it not unto me. All right. And these shall go away into everlasting punishment, but the righteous into life eternal. So, you know, the question here is being asked, you know what I'm saying? What have you done for me? You know what I'm saying? And they're like, well, wait a minute. When did we see you sick and hungry, blah, 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 so on and so forth. And he said, look, if you didn't do it to one of the you know, these, you know, basically being the sheep, you know what I'm saying? You're supposed to be going out there feeding the sheep, man. This is what this here parable is going into, you know, some feed, you know, they're like, Lord, what you mean we didn't feed you? You weren't hungry. We didn't see you starving or nothing like that. Yeah, we would have fed you then. Like, wait a minute, what about my sheep, though? My body, you know what I'm saying? My followers, the sheep, they need to be fed, and fed with what? This here word, man. Because man should not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceedeth out of the mouth of the Most High, man. All right, and him that drinketh of these here living waters, out of his belly shall flow fountains of living water, you know what I'm saying? So nevertheless, this is the food and the drink, and also the famine of the word, man. All right, so this is the food and the drink and the clothing that you need to be clothing yourself with and feeding yourself with and you know, hydrating yourself with. All right, it's going into these here scriptures, you know. And what do you need to be doing? Not only do you need to be eating and covering yourself with this, but you also need to be feeding others with this as well too. The sheep, you know, you need to be feeding the sheep as you know, with this as well too, you know. Just like for instance, you know, the sheep belong to Yahushua. So he's basically saying, you know, like, let's say for me, for instance, right? I could be like, Lord, what do you mean I didn't feed you? You know what I'm saying? Like, you was straight anyway. You know what I'm saying? If anything, you should be feeding me, right? You like, you the one got the power. You're like, nah, but what about my sheep? These are a part of me too. I left you in charge of them. You know what I'm saying? So you need to be feeding them. Oh, so I'm feeding you by feeding them. I got you. I'm pleasing you by, you know, serving them. Okay, that's my job. So going back into doing this here work, man, you know, the Lord's going to ultimately ask at the end all be all when it's come to this separation, what have you done for me? Have you been feeding my sheep? Have you been doing what that I've commanded you to do? Have you been doing my work? You know what I'm saying? What, you know, in whatever position I left out for you. You know what I'm saying? What have you done for me lately? You know, it's a lot. Give me what is that? I forgot where I was going after this. I got you. I got you. Salakia. Well, let me just get to the point for time's sake. This is 2 Peter chapter 1, verse 10. Wherefore, the rather, brethren, give diligence to make your calling and election sure. For if you do these things, you shall never fail. All right. So basically going into this, make your calling and election sure. You think you've been called into this. All right, well, make your calling and election sure. The Lord, like, hey, for instance, the minute the Lord descended to the truth, pushing this here word, man, it's obvious to them that's like, this is what the fuck they were supposed to be doing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can tell you for me and my own self, you know what I'm saying? Like, hey, all the shit that I teach about and all these different things going into so like the geopolitical stuff, the weaponry stuff, the technology and all that type of stuff, all these different things and stuff like that, that was never my big thing in this here world, in the world, when I was in the world, I didn't really know about none of that kind of stuff, man. I couldn't tell you where this place was or that place was on the map or whatever, whatnot. You know what I'm saying? I was one of them type of people. Hey, shit. Right before I came into the truth, you know what I'm saying? A little bit before I came into the truth, I had found out there was still a place on the map named Israel. You know what I'm saying? Just to show you how far off in the knowledge I was. I didn't really know none of this stuff. You know what I'm saying? But nevertheless, you know what I'm saying? The Lord wound up programming me in my mind. You know what I'm saying? I could tell you that when I first woke up, the day I first woke up, you know what I'm saying? And after that, you know what I'm saying? And going into the scriptures, how I was fed and getting, like shit, I would go to sleep and, wake up with scriptures in my mind and just write these scriptures down, you know what I'm saying? And just things like that, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's pretty damn obvious. Like, yo, the Lord is building me up for something, you know what I'm saying? And looking back now, like, okay, all these things that I went through, the Lord was preparing me for these things, you know what I'm saying? Preparing me for all these different things, you know what I'm saying? So it's clear and obvious that I was given all these different things because all the stuff that I know now, I didn't give a fuck about none of this stuff like in the world, talking about the Illuminati and the Rothschilds and fractional reserve banking and how all this stuff work and witchcraft and how all this stuff work, man. I wasn't worried about that. I was worried about bitches and money. That was it. You know what I'm saying? All that extra shit was extra shit for me. You know what I'm saying? But lo and behold, you know what I'm saying? All of a sudden I'm getting increased in certain knowledge and so on and so forth, So if it's obvious to me, I didn't go out and seek all this stuff, you know what I'm saying? Especially coming across the truth, man. I didn't search out looking at, I want to find out what the truth is. I wasn't even looking for the truth, man. You know what I'm saying? I don't even know if I clicked on a recommended video because I seen something in the image that just kind of I was curious about, or if it was one of those autoplay videos and it just happened to autoplay, and then that was when I seen my first video. You know what I'm saying? But nevertheless, looking back and, you know what I'm saying, in that whole process, it's clear and obvious that, look, this is what I was being prepared for. You know what I'm saying? It's clear and obvious that this was going on. So if it's clear and obvious that the Lord had prepared me for this, what should I be doing? You know what I'm saying? If you a boxer and you've been training and training and training, it's obviously you training and preparing for a fight. It's obviously you about to take a fight somewhere. You know what I'm saying? You're not training for nothing. You're not on the football team going to practice not to play a game. You know what I'm saying? So if you go on to practice on a NFL team, it's obviously you're going to be playing in the game. You know what I'm saying? So the same way here. But read it again, 2 Peter chapter 1 and verse 10. Wherefore the rather, brethren, give diligence to make your calling and election sure. For if you do these things, you shall never fall. All right. So going into this here truth, you know what I'm saying? If the Lord gave you, a certain thing or whatever, whatnot, hey, Lord, you could have been in the world somebody that was a good artist. You could draw a whole lot, you draw like the anime and all this and that. And man, hey, the Lord can have you, you see the pictures of like, the depictions of Yahweh Shai and so on and so forth, the Israelites and the glorious bodies. There's a brother, I believe his name is Manata Zakba, right out there in the San Francisco camp. Salakia, brother, if I mispronounce your name, but and that brother's a great artist, and he come up with a lot of these images. The brothers, we know about these images because we send them to one another or whatever, whatnot. These pictures of us, the drawings or whatever, whatnot. And a lot of his videos, you can watch a lot of his videos. They're visual depictions of a lot of things. He kind of make a little anime out of it and whatever, whatnot. Some fly ass shit. You know what I'm saying? But nevertheless, now this brother preach and prophesy as well too. But nevertheless, if that just be your lot to do that, do that. You know what I'm saying? Make up. Hey, your lot may be to make signs. You know what I'm saying? You may have some money, right? And you can use your money for a tool. You know what I'm saying? Like brothers be needing certain things. Like, hey, brothers. Hey, because, hey, we be out on the highways and the byways putting some serious miles on our Bibles, man. Our Bibles be falling apart. You be seeing us. I know I got a new Bible now already, but I still like using my old sword because that was the sword I woke up in and came into the truth with. And I'm well experienced with that same sword. But when you look at my Bible, right, It goes all the way up to like what, Psalms 55. Now, Psalms 55 through Proverbs chapter 1 or Proverbs chapter 2, that whole section falls out of my Bible, and the whole back cover is gone. You know what I'm saying? Nevertheless, I got a new replacement Bible, so I'm not asking nobody to buy me a new Bible or anything. But nevertheless, you could be coming out to the highways and the byways and seeing brothers' Bibles falling out. You know what I'm saying? And hey, man, offer up to Bob some Bibles because you got the money or whatever, whatnot. You know what I'm saying? Hey, maybe it's just my lot. Hell, that was what I thought my lot was going to be at first. When I first came into the truth, man, you can ask the brothers I'm in the camp with, man. When I first seen those brothers, I thought I might have been teaching or whatever, whatnot. So, I knew I had to do some kind of teaching, but I went out and bought me a camcorder, brand new camcorder, and made up my own little signs and, so on and so forth, But when I came across these brothers, the brothers I'm in the camp with now, man, I came across them the first time, went out there and seen them actually on the highways and the byways. And then when I first seen them, this is the first time being around the brothers, and we all now pretty much film on our cell phones nowadays. We got better phones, cameras now, but back then, I seen these brothers out there standing up for hours on end, holding the damn cell phone, videotaping. You know what I'm saying? And that shit hurt me to my heart. I'm like, hold up, man. These men are the men of the Lord, man. These men out here serving the Lord. You know what I'm saying? Hey, these men way more important than anybody else on the face of the earth. How come these men out here suffering, man? Got to hold up a goddamn cell phone for 2 hours, 3 hours. They know their arms is hurting, man. And they over here videotaping on their phone and shit. They probably run out of space and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? Man, I got this brand new camcorder, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I spent $300 on it, whatever, whatnot, and I got this tripod or whatever, whatnot. And yeah, I don't really know these dudes or whatever, whatnot. I just, came across them on the internet, and I just met them this one week, and then it was put in my mind of like the next week, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and give these brothers this here camcorder, this here stand or whatever, whatnot. You know what I'm saying? If that's be my lot to help them out, that's even helping out the brotherhood. So if you got that little extra money, hey, you could do that. You may have money to print out signs or whatever. You may even be good with making garments. You could be making brothers garments, our garments. Hey, man, our garments be, you know what I'm saying? So on and so forth, or anything, making signs, buying signs, holding signs, bringing waters out to the camp. You know what I'm saying? Whatever whatever you could do to, be a part of the body. You know what I'm saying? Make your calling and election sure. You know what I'm saying? So, and again, not everybody's going to be a teacher, but there's a position for you to play, man. All right. Hey, shit, your lot may even be giving a brother a ride to camp. A brother may be going out to camp or whatever, whatnot, but ain't got no car. His car might have broke down or whatever, whatnot. You can go bring this brother back and forth from camp, so on and so forth. You a help for the brother. Like, matter of fact, the book of Jeremiah, right? When you read the book of Jeremiah was not written by Jeremiah himself. That book was written by, when you go into the Apocrypha, you got this person called Baruch, right? Baruch actually wrote the book of Jeremiah. He was Jeremiah's scribe, right? Jeremiah, look back to the movie, The Book of Eli, right? The very last scene, you got Denzel Washington who shaved his head. He laid down on the couch and he started going through the scriptures in the beginning, so on and so forth. So, he started reciting the Bible. But then you have another person, which is the scribe, who's writing down the whole Bible. So technically, the dude, I believe it was an Edomite in the movie anyway, but nevertheless, that's neither here nor there. Homeboy, because it was a movie. They're not going to be 100% accurate. But nevertheless, the dude that was writing it, all right, he actually wrote down the Bible, right? But then you had the person who gave forth the words to write down in the Bible. You see what I'm saying? So they go on one and one. They both helped out to do this here word. You know what I'm saying? So nevertheless, you know what I'm saying? Hey, he going to pretty much get the reward of a prophet. You know what I'm saying? So even though he didn't, the person that was writing down the stuff, he didn't have to memorize the Bible. He didn't have to go through all that journey. He didn't have to do all the shit that Denzel had to do. All he had to do was listen to what Denzel was saying and write it down. You know what I'm saying? His task was way easier in a sense to Denzel's. Denzel had the harder task, but nevertheless, hey, he got the same reward, Let me go from there to, okay, what is it? 1 Timothy? Matter of fact, for time's sake, I'm gonna just get to the point here. This is 2 Timothy, Salakia, chapter 4, verse 5. But watch thou in all things, endure afflictions, do the work of an evangelist, make full proof of thy ministry. So you need, if you think you've been called for this, and especially like you don't want to be out there and come across this here truth and be walking around telling people that you're an Israelite, right? And be trying to be puffed up around them as if you know so much or whatever, whatnot, but you ain't on the highways and the byways teaching, That's the worst position you could be in, you know what I'm saying? If you know about this here truth and you able to tell somebody else about it, start putting something together, man. You know what I'm saying? Hey, even if it's not you trying to do lessons and sit downs or whatever, whatnot, at least re-upload our videos onto your own channel, man. Push and promote that channel, man. or go out. There's other brothers that go through and just do highlights of things going on in the world. Go back on my channel and look at the global fire situation, where I did the global fires or whatever, whatnot. There's a video clip I did in there. I put it up in there, you know what I'm saying? And that video clip was from one of these people that takes certain news clips, pertaining to these end time prophecies, basically. All right. And they put them all together into a one long video. So you can pretty much watch the news. Some of them have it day by day. Every day they'll go like today, and they'll show you a clip the next day and show you a clip for a whole week. Sometimes they go week by week, and some of them go month by month. But nevertheless, these brothers are taking these people are taking these clips, you know what I'm saying, and putting them all together, you know what I'm saying? So, hey, look, the prophets can take these here videos, all right, and use them for edification's sake, you know what I'm saying? So, hey, that's even doing the work, you know what I mean? All right, so it says 2 Timothy 2:4, but thou watching all things, endure afflictions, do the work of an evangelist, make full proof of thy ministry, all right? I can read verse 6. For now I am ready to be offered, and the time of my departure is at hand. All right. So, hey, look, just like, saying that to say this, look at the time we in now. All right. This could be the end all be all with the shutdown of the YouTube. That could be the famine of the word, which is going to bring on the rest of these end time prophecies, which, hey, we're going to be rolling right into the kingdom. All right. So it says, for now I'm ready to be offered. Hey, this might be the time where, Jacob's troubles is about to start opening up on a full scale. You know what I'm saying? The RFID chip, and we in these last time prophecies. And the time of my departure is at hand. Verse 7. I have fought the good fight. I have finished my course. I have kept the faith. Henceforth there is laid up for me a crown of righteousness, which the Lord, the righteous judge, shall give me at that day, and not to me only, but unto all them also that love his appearing. All right. So let me just keep going. It says, do thy diligence to come shortly unto me, for Demas has forsaken me, having loved this present world, and departed unto Thessalonica, Caesarea to Galatia, Titus, and to Dalmatia. All right. So basically, look, it says Demas have forsaken me, having loved this present world. So you don't want to be going into this here world, going back into this here world, or the things of this here world is taking the majority of your time, where you don't have time to push this here truth. Basically you loving the world more than this here truth, because you more focused on doing the things of the world, you know what I'm saying, pleasing your woman or whatever, whatnot, or just these certain things. Your job is taking up too much of your time, you know what I'm saying? Hey, but look, we at the end all be all, you want to be able to say, look, I fought the good fight, I finished my course, and I've kept the faith, you know what I'm saying? I did this first and foremost, kept this as my first love, and also, and it says I fought the good fight and I've finished my course and kept the faith, fought the good fight and finished my course. Again, going back to the boxing analogy, after the 12 rounds is over, you want to say, look, I gave it my all in the ring. I didn't leave nothing, I didn't leave the ring with nothing else left. I expended all my energy, all my might, all my special moves, and everything, you know what I'm saying? I saved this for, the round after the 12th round. No, it ain't no rounds after the 12th round. It's going to end all be all right here. So you don't want the fight to be over. Like, man, I still had a combo I could have hit on him, or I should have, could have, would have. It's going to be too late at that point in time, man. Again, like when if the YouTube is the famine of the word, the end of the YouTube is the famine of the word. At that point in time, like, oh man, I wish I could have put up some videos, or at least share some brothers' videos, or at least, re-uploaded some videos or whatever, whatnot. It'd be too late, man. You know what I'm saying? You basically want to say the same thing Paul was saying here. It says, I have fought the good fight. I have finished my course. I have kept the faith. All right. So basically, you'll be counted worthy to receive salvation. All right. I had quoted this earlier. Let me go ahead and grab it, and I'm going to close out with this. This is I'm going to read through verse 8. This is Romans 12, starting at verse 3. For I say, through the grace given unto me, to every man that is among you, not to think of himself more highly than he ought to think, but to be soberly according as the Most High have dealt to every man the measure of faith. So, again, hey, the minute of the Lord, we already know about this, you know what I'm saying? But nevertheless, there's no spot for bragging, boasting, and being proud. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I got this and that. I'm better than you, whatever, whatnot, Hey, there's a parable of the laborers, those that labored all damn day and those that came in at the last minute, Those that came in at the last minute got the same wage that those that worked all damn day for, They all agreed for the same penny, We all agreed to, we're doing this here work, it was promised us, if we, enduring to the end, we would be the first fruits into the kingdom of heaven, So the same thing, you know what I'm saying? We're not supposed to think of ourselves more highly than the next. So if your lot is to be preaching and teaching edifying and going and breaking down these here prophecies, you know what I'm saying? And then you got another brother who is just a sign holder, or somebody that's you know what I'm saying, that not to say a taxi driver, but bringing up, let's say you got a brother, one brother in the camp, whatever, whatnot, he ain't got no car. He can't get back and forth to the highways and the byways where he need to go to the downtown area. But then he got somebody that's diligently listening to him, like, you know what, I can give you a ride. I've been giving you a ride back and forth, go out there, you know what I'm saying, and listen to you prophesy, go get you some water, I help you with the signs, or whatever, help you set up or whatever, whatnot, and so on and so forth. Take your videos and re-upload them or whatever, whatnot, Now, the person that's preaching is not really think of himself any higher than the other brother, because look, that other brother was giving his lot and you was giving your lot, and this is the balance, you weren't giving a car to get back and forth and he was giving the car, but y'all need each other, let me just keep reading. Verse 4, for we are many members in one body, and all members have not the same office. So like I said, man, or like scripture just said, first and foremost, you can't be bragging and boasting about your position, We all laboring for the same thing, the same penny, the same wage to become the first fruits and joint heirs with Yahushua, you know what I'm saying? So nevertheless, you can't brag or boast, or at the same sense, you can't look at your position, oh, I'm just a sign holder, I'm just this and that, and he over here prophesying, he better than me. Nah, man, we all agree for the same wage, man. All right, we all agree for the same penny. But also it says, verse 4 again, for we are many members in one body, and all members have not the same office. So we being many, are one body in Hamashiach, and every one member one of another, having then gifts differing according to the grace that is given unto us. So we didn't ask for this. Brothers can ask for faith. You can be asked to be increased in certain things. But when we woke up, you know what I'm saying? We this wasn't nothing that we just woke, we woke up and requested these things. You know what I'm saying? First and foremost, it was all ordained, and we was allotted from before the foundation of the earth what our lots and our measures was going to be. All right. So it says, having then gifts differing according to the grace that is given to us, where the prophecy let us prophesy according to the portion of faith. And another thing, flip side to that, man, the Most High didn't give not one of us the whole 100% of every damn thing. This is why this is the importance of the brotherhood, man. And why we many members but one body, man. You don't have one. Nobody is walking around with a damn body where their whole body is just the head, or the whole body is an arm, or whatever, whatnot, man. You got many different body parts or whatever, whatnot, to make up that one body, But nevertheless, it says, verse 6 again, having then gifts differing according to the grace that is given to us, whether prophecy, let us prophesy according to the portion of faith, or ministry, let us wait on our ministry, or he that teacheth on teaching, or he that exhorteth on exhortation, or he that giveth, let him do with simplicity, he that ruleth with diligence, he that showeth mercy with cheerfulness. All right, so whatever your lot, whatever your gift, whatever your talent was, hey, man, play your role in your position, man, to the fullest that you can, man. If you was giving a lot, flip a whole lot, man. If you was giving a little, flip that little bit that you got. But the important thing is to flip it, man. All right? Or whatever your position is, play your position to the best of your ability, man. You know what I'm saying? Hey, a basketball team, right? You got all the different positions in basketball game or whatever, whatnot, right? But then you also got somebody like the water boy, right? The water boy ain't necessarily, in a jersey playing on the game or whatever, whatnot, got stats or whatever, whatnot. But guess what? He just damn near as important as the rest of the players, because the players ain't hydrated, they ain't gonna have a good game, man. But yet the water boy is still a part, the players that you over here oohing on about, right? They over here oohing on over the water boy, like, damn, that's what's up, bro. You know what I'm saying? Or these cyclists in the Tour de France, they looking for the dude out there holding out that cup of water, man. That cup of water is a great work. And, it may not seem like much. You're not the one riding the bike in the race or playing in the basketball game or whatever, whatnot, putting a score up on the scoreboards. But guess what? When they thirsty and they throats is parched, man, you gave them that water to keep them hydrated, to keep them back in the game so they can continue on playing to fulfill their will. All right, so whatever your lot is, you know what I'm saying? You need to find your lot and your position and play that to the best of your ability. All right, because at the end all be all, you don't want to say that, you left something, you had a little bit left, you know what I'm saying? Or you had this and that, you know what I'm saying? Or I could have did more. Obviously, we could always do more. You know what I'm saying? You can never do it. You can never, how do I say this? You can't do enough to please the Most High. You know what I'm saying? You can't overdo it. You'll never put the Most High in a position like, damn, all right, I done had enough now. You know what I'm saying? I'm good. We straight. You gave me enough now. You're not going to ever be in a position like that, man. So we can always do more, but nevertheless, you don't want to basically be in a position to say, man, I wish I could have did this or I could have did that. You know what I'm saying? I was watching the videos or whatever, whatnot. I understood this, but I don't know if it was for me to preach. Well, at least I could have did was re-uploaded the videos before they took down the YouTube. You don't want to be able to say that. Hey, you want to be able to say, look, man, I wasn't able to preach or whatever, whatnot, but shit, I was taking those videos and re-uploading them and shit. I was getting more views than they was getting on the main channel, more people will see this here truth off of my avenue or whatever. Hey, the most I have it like that, man. Because hey, we many members but one body, man, and nobody's gonna be able to sit there and solely say I'm getting all the glory except for Yahushua, man, because Yahushua is the only one that's basically gonna be singled out like that, man. All right, the rest of us, hey man, we all laborers under Yahushua, man, laboring for this same penny, man. All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and close out with that. Lord willing, this here lesson was edifying unto the elect. Lord willing, this was able to answer your question, your concerns. You know what I'm saying? To the one that brought this here up, this here topic up. But nevertheless, hey man, we almost at the end all be all of this here thing, man. Let me grab that one more time. What is it? This is we'll close out with this. 2 Peter chapter 1, verse 10. Wherefore the rather, brethren, give diligence to make your calling and election sure. For if you do these things, ye shall never fall. All right. Let me look at this for one second. We're gonna close out. It says diligence, to hasten, to make haste. All right. Yea, speedily go do this. To exert oneself, and endeavoring, give diligence. All right. To make an effort, to be prompt, to be earnest, to do, to give diligence, to be diligent, forward, endeavoring, labor, to study. All right. So you have to do your due diligence, you know what I'm saying? Or put in an effort, you know what I'm saying, to do this here work some kind of way, man. All right. Whatever it may be, you know what I'm saying? You did some kind, you put forth your effort, you know, when Yahushua come back and he say, what have you done for me? You know what I'm saying? Hey, you want to be able to say something more than just watch the videos, man, because moreover, like he told Peter, if you love me, feed my sheep. One way or another, you should be feeding the sheep in some kind of capacity. You know what I'm saying? So with that, I'm going to go ahead and close out. Lord willing, this here lesson was edifying into the elect. Until next time, I say, call halal Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushua, Bahashim, Brakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of great millstone that taught us this truth and that rule well. And salutation and much love for you, I can pushing this truth and sincerity on the four corners of the earth and enduring afflictions to feed and edify the elect. Until next time, I say, stay strong and shalom.